Hi students, today we discuss about the fluid connective tissue. The fluid connective tissue has two parts, blood and lymph. We already completed blood fluid connective tissue. Today we discuss about the lymph. So now we discuss about the lymph. We have two circulatory systems. So animals possess two circulatory systems. One is blood circulatory system, another one is lymph circulatory system. The blood circulatory system consists of heart, blood vessels and blood. Heart, blood vessels and blood. Blood vessels are generally two types, arteries and veins. Arteries and veins. Here, arteries are the main artery arises from heart. After arising, the main artery divides into branches. Divides into branches. The branches of main artery called small arteries. The small arteries enter into body organs or between the tissues of the organs. Now, the small arteries divides into small blood vessels in the body organs or between the tissues called arterioles. So, the small arteries divides into arterioles in the body tissues. Next, arterioles divides into small or hair-like capillaries called blood capillaries. Blood capillaries. So, main artery arises from heart, which divides into small arteries. The small arteries enter into body organs and divides into small blood vessels called arterioles. The arterioles extends between cells, between the tissues and divides into hair-like vessels called blood capillaries. Blood capillaries. Next, the blood capillaries are joints to form venules. Blood capillaries joins to form venules. The venules joins to form small veins which joins to form main veins. The main veins are opens into heart. Opens into heart. So the arteries divides into small arteries, arterioles, blood capillaries. The blood capillaries joins to form venules, which joins to form small veins. Small veins joins to form main or large veins. Large veins are opens into heart. So arteries divides into blood capillaries. Or arteries ends with blood capillaries. But veins begins with blood capillaries. Generally, arteries carries oxygenated blood from heart to body organs or body tissues, but the pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs for purification or oxygenation. So most of the arteries carries oxygenated blood from heart to body organs or body cells or tissues. Here the oxygenated blood flows through main arteries, small arteries, arterioles and blood capillaries. Here the wall of the blood capillaries possess single layer called endothelium. But the arteries, arterioles, venules and veins possess three layers in their wall. So the wall of arteries, arterioles, venules and veins possess three layers: outer connective tissue layer, middle muscular layer and inner endothelial layer. But the wall of the blood capillaries possess only one layer, that is endothelium. So wall of the blood capillaries is very thin. Next, the blood in the blood capillaries. Blood capillaries possess O2, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, etc. So so the thin wall blood capillaries helps in diffusion of O2, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, etc. from blood capillaries into interstitial spaces. So here blood capillaries extends between the cells of a tissue. So these are cells of a tissue. So the blood capillaries extends between the spaces of cells of a tissue. The spaces between cells of a tissue is called interstitial spaces. Interstitial spaces. So now, with the help of high hydrostatic pressure. With the help of high hydrostatic pressure at arteriolar end, the blood filter from blood capillaries into interstitial spaces. So with the help of high hydrostatic pressure at the end of arterioles, the blood filter from blood capillaries into interstitial spaces. So in this process, some of the fluid of blood diffuse or filter into interstitial spaces. Now this the fluid in the interstitial spaces is called interstitial fluid or extracellular fluid or ECF. So with the help of high hydrostatic pressure at the end of arteriole, the blood in the blood capillaries filter into the interstitial spaces through endothelium of blood capillaries. Endothelium is very thin layer. So some of the contents of blood diffuses into interstitial spaces through endothelium of blood capillaries with the help of high hydrostatic pressure at the end of arterioles. The fluid in the interstitial spaces is called interstitial fluid or extracellular fluid or ECF. The interstitial fluid or extracellular fluid diffuses from blood capillaries. Next, the interstitial fluid or extracellular fluid contains large amount of O2, nutrients, minerals, vitamins, WBC, white blood cells, small sized plasma proteins, etc. So the filtered fluid called interstitial fluid or extracellular fluid or ECF. It contains a large amount of O2, nutrients, minerals, vitamins, WBC, small sized plasma proteins. The interstitial fluid or extracellular fluid lacks RBC, platelets, large sized plasma proteins like albumins, globulins, etc. Albumins, globulins are plasma proteins. So, RBC, platelets, large sized plasma proteins are absent in the interstitial fluid or extracellular fluid or ECF. But it contains large amount of O2, nutrients, minerals, vitamins, WBC, small sized plasma proteins. Now, the O2, nutrients, minerals, vitamins are absorbed by cells. So, the O2, nutrients, minerals, vitamins of the extracellular fluid absorbed into cells. Now cells release CO2 into the fluid. CO2 into the fluid. After absorption, the ECF contains large amount of CO2, small amount of O2, nutrients, minerals. It also contains WBC, small sized plasma proteins. After absorption, 85% of extracellular fluid reabsorbed into venules with the help of high osmotic pressure at the end of venules. So 85% of ECF is reabsorbed into blood or into venules with the help of high osmotic pressure at the end of venules. Next, the interstitial spaces contains only 15% of extracellular fluid or ECF. So the 85% of ECF absorbed into venules with the help of high osmotic pressure at the end of venules. Now the interstitial spaces contains only 15% of extracellular fluid or interstitial fluid. Next, between the cells of tissue, blind-ended capillaries are extended between the cells or in the interstitial spaces between the cells. Small or hair-like blind-ended capillaries are extended. These are called lymph capillaries. These are called lymph capillaries. So blind-ended, small, very small hair-like vessels or extends in the interstitial spaces between these cells. These blind-ended capillaries are called lymph capillaries. Some of the lymph capillaries joins to form lymph vessel. Some of the lymph vessels joins to form lymph duct. Next, the lymph duct opens into so the lymph duct opens into veins, at the junction of subclavial vein and jugular vein at the neck region. So the blind-aided small vessels are extends between the cells or in the interstitial spaces between the cells. These blind-ended hair-like capillaries are called lymph capillaries. Lymph capillaries join to form lymph vessels. The lymph vessels join to form lymph duct. The lymph duct opens into veins at the junction of subclavian vein and jugular vein at the neck region. At the neck region, the subclavian vein and jugular vein both are opens into precaval vein. So at the junction of subclavian vein and jugular vein, the lymph duct opens into vein. Right. Next. So after absorption of 85% of ECF into veins, the extracellular spaces or interstitial spaces possess only 15% of ECF, extracellular fluid. This 15% of ECF absorbed into lymph capillaries. So the 15% of ECF absorbed into lymph capillaries. Now this 15% of ECF is called lymph. So lymph is formed from blood. Here between the tissues, the blood filter into interstitial spaces. Later, 85% of interstitial fluid or ECF reabsorbed into veins. The remaining 15% of ECF absorbed into blind-ended lymph capillaries. This 15% of ECF or extracellular fluid is called lymph. So lymph is formed from blood. Next, the lymph travel through lymph vessels, lymph duct, and finally released into bloodstream of the veins at the junction of subclavian vein and jugular vein at the neck region. So lymph is formed from blood and finally joins with blood. Lymph contains small amount of O2, nutrients, minerals, vitamins, etc. But it contains a large amount of CO2. It contains large amount. So lymph contains large amount of CO2. It contains WBC. So lymph. Next, WBC, small amount of water. small amount of water. The fluid like substance in the lymph is called plasma. Plasma of the lymph contains small amount of water. So the lymph composed of WBC and plasma. WBC and plasma. So here the RBC are absent in the lymph. So due to absence of RBC, the lymph is colorless fluid. Lymph is colorless fluid. So this is lymph. So the human or animal body possesses two types of circulatory systems: blood circulatory system and lymph circulatory system. Here lymph circulatory system consists of lymph colorless fluid called lymph capillaries, lymph vessels, lymph ducts, and some of the organs such as spleen, thymus, etc. Here spleen and thymus are lymphatic glands. So this is the lymph. So lymph is colorless fluid. It contains low amount of O2, nutrients, vitamins, etc. and possesses large amount of CO2. It also the lymph also contains WBC, small size plasma, proteins, next fluid like plasma. So the plasma mainly composed of WBC and plasma. So here the plasma formed from blood and finally joins with blood stream. It contains WBC. So this is lymph of the animal. So this is fluid connective tissue, blood and lymph. Next I will explain the muscular tissue.